What are your thoughts on getting to Las Vegas? This is a big fight for you and your guy. And how optimistic are you?
We're fighting the best light heavyweight in the world. No doubt about it. We're fighting a guy that's on a roll. I have a guy that is not very well known. I have a guy that is not necessarily given the best of chances, but he earned the right to be the mandatory contender by climbing the ladder, by fighting the fight that he needed to fight. He became the mandatory contender, and now we have the fight in front of us. Now we did a 10-week training camp. He did great. I know he's not going to disappoint himself by not doing what we've worked on. So it's just a matter of executing what we worked on and trying to remove that belt from Kovalev. It's not going to be an easy fight. It's going to be a difficult fight, but we look forward to the challenge.
Now, I had talked to you in the past. You used to train Kovalev for a very, very brief period. Could you take me back to the date, like the time when you worked with him, and what do you remember about your time with him?
I trained him right after he almost got stopped by Darnell Boone for about a year and 2 or 3 months. And hard worker. I mean, the guy is, all these Eastern Europeans, these Russian guys, they come to the U.S. looking for something, and they're willing to work for it, and he was that. It's just at the time I had Gennady in him, and I think he stopped working with me on his 19th fight. It's the fight right after, he left right after that boy died in Russia, Sinikov.
Okay.
I don't know which fight that was. So you can go back and research the dates, but like I said, I got him right after Darnell Boone, the first one. And then he left right after Sinikov.
Okay.
Maybe 3 or 4 months after Sinikov.
Now, could you tell me what fighters did you have in your camp during that time, and how did Sergey interact with everyone?
He actually lived off campus. His manager had him a house, I would say about a mile, maybe a mile and a half from the gym. Mm-hmm. Had a condominium towards the end there, so he really wasn't. The only interaction was in the gym.
Okay.
Because he lived, like I said, he lived off campus. So no, it's they're professional boxers. I mean, they're supposed to do their job and not worry about anybody else's job, and he did that. And obviously, he learned a lot when he was with us, and John David Jackson's done a great job with him after that.
Got you. And I know he had worked with Gennady briefly. Could you take me back as best you can recall, or for whatever you might be able to say about his sparring with Gennady? I know a lot of people find that interesting.
Well, he was a young man. He was a youngster as far as being a professional. And Gennady, 350 amateur fights, was already world champion. I think that they respected. There's a mutual respect between the both of them, and they worked accordingly. In my gym, it's not a war gym. In my gym, we don't have the 10-minute rounds and the 30-minute rounds. We have 4-minute rounds where they're trying to help each other and trying to learn from each other. And by doing that, I think that we get further along with our techniques and our way of approaching a fight. And
when Sergey, when you were no longer working with him, did you have any indication that he would go on to this great run and be this superstar type fighter?
I told him and his manager once he left that he was going to be world champion in 2 or 3 fights. I felt that not only the foundation that we laid, but he had the abilities to be world champion. And it just in this game, it's getting opportunities, one, winning the right fights, two, and making sure that you're visible. And he has been all of that. And lucky for him, he teamed up with a